You mentioned the affinity of staying in a location that you are close to. Like, what goes through your head when somebody's like, yeah, I've got X amount of money, borrowing capacity, and like, I want to buy in this area, and my goal is as much capital growth. I don't care where the property is. You know, they say they don't care where the property is. They don't care what the type of the property is, but they just want full capital growth. And then they're like, yeah, but like, what about these areas that are close to me? And you're like, what goes through your head? Like,
yeah, good question. Good question. So,
because like, say somebody's got like 500 grand, you know, and they're like, yep, let's buy something.
I'll do a case study for you because this is really relevant for a mate that I'm helping out at the moment. And
well, it's relevant for so many of our mates.
So,
and your mates too that are listening. It's like, yeah.
So my strategy around that is you get certain benefits from if you're willing to live in that property for 12 months, or you can buy it, and you want to be, your principal place of residence right off, but then you want it to be an investment.
Yeah.
Within that 12-month period.
There's the capital gains tax. So what is that capital gains tax like savings?
Well, if you buy it under your principal place of residence, you live in it for 12 months, then you rent it out. That's now an investment property, but you've got the 6-year tax ruling where you don't get any capital gains tax on that property. So you can hold that for 6 years and sell it.
And not pay any capital gains tax.
Yeah, from when you rent it out and to sell it. So you can hold it for a whole total of 7 years and sell that thing and only have lived in it for 12 months. Mm-hmm. And you get all the tax write-off because it's an investment property. Mm-hmm. And general advice, speak to your accountant. Mm-hmm. And then you also don't have the capital gains component when you go to sell it in that 7-year time frame. So you don't need to perform as well on a capital growth perspective because you don't have that tax component of your portfolio. And then even after those 7 years or 6 years when you've held it, just get the valuation and then obviously come up and chat to me, because then I'll assess, well, where's that current market at? Because
into other areas, and what's your opportunity cost of investing somewhere else, right?
Yeah.
With that money that you could get, because that's where you have to weigh up the costs of, do I hold it or not?
Yes, 100%. So that's the key point, that I'd be looking at units in your area, because there's the benefits. You can get stamp duty relief. You can get there's the super saver scheme where you can pump money into your super, pull that out, and use that as a deposit. There's a lot of benefits to get people into property from the government perspective, because they know.
Moment.
Yeah, and that's always changing. But that's a really good strategy. I just throw out there.
It is good. Like, what our mate's doing is smart, right? He's if he sells it in 6 years and can get into a different area, like great. What about if they decide to hold it for longer than 6 to 7 years, or say longer than 6 years? Then is it 50% capital gains tax, or is it full capital gains tax?
On that period of 6 years, from when you say you moved out 6 years later, get a valuation done on that day, because if you go to say sell it in 4 years' time, so the total hold period you've had on that property is 10 to 11 years, you're only paying the capital gains component from that last 4 years.
Great.
So by getting that
that's full capital gains tax on the last 4 years of growth.
Yeah, and when you're talking to the valuer who's going through and valuing it, make sure they do a high valuation, so you have less capital gains tax on the back end.
Just call up Sam Powell. One of our mates' names Charles. Call him up, he'll hook you up. We've got to get Charles on the pod, actually.
Oh yeah, he's
listening to this, Charles. We're coming for you.
He's camera shy, but
I drove past his house yesterday and saw his boat. I was like, oh damn, we haven't had him on the pod yet.
Yeah, you're good with that. I'm a terrible networker.
As if you're way better at networking than me.
Anyway, so there's a bit of a free strategy I thought I'd just throw out there, but
that's great.
And once again, I caveat that with, I see a lot of good growth potential coming into the Gold Coast in the next few years. Therefore, I'm confident that is a great
area
opportunity for that person's particular budget and what they're trying to achieve. So that ticks that box.